What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I've had a lot of people ask me how I flush my Suzuki 200, and there's several ways to do it. I'm going to show y'all how I do it today after every trip to keep my motor clean on the inside. As y'all know, I run flounder gigging and saltwater bow fishing charter trips along the Alabama and Mississippi Gulf Coast, so I'm always in the salt. So I made it a routine after every trip. I flush my motor. I'll show you how I do it. I use salt away and I use muffs. With these Suzuki engines, the square muffs really doesn't seal, and you have a hard time, very hard time, getting any water out of your telltale. These round ones work really good for me. I do not have the low water pickup. I opted not to get the low water pickup because I'm in a lot of soft mud, shallow water all the time. And with this shaw wing I don't need that low water pickup. It will force water and make hard water down on my prop and on my lower unit. So the people that do have the low water pickup right here in the front, they really only have two options. Either put your motor in a barrel every time and submerge this lower unit, or tape up that low water pickup every time and use the muffs. The tank works good. It would work good for my motor, but I'm running this big shaw wing and I like flushing my motor here in the driveway, and the barrel really wouldn't work good for me in my application as much as I do this. That's why I use this little mixer. It works well. It has water only and it has the mixture. I'll show you the process I use. I crank this motor up with water only, and I run this motor till it gets up to temperature, and then I'll run the motor till everything flushes through. I get clean, clear water in my sight glass, and then I'm good to go for the next trip. So we'll go over this process. I do not use these flush ports. I understand that people that live on the water and have their docks and stuff like that doesn't have access to get to this lower unit with their boat on a lift. I understand all that. If you're going to use the flush ports, I'd recommend getting the motor to temp, getting the motor good and warm, and then do the back flushing. If you're new to the channel and haven't checked out my 20-hour service video, I'll put the link right there, and at the end of this video I'll have a link to that video. Won't be long for my 100-hour service. I will do a complete video on that. I'll be dropping the lower unit. I'll be checking anodes, water pump, thermostats, whole 9 yards, everything recommended by Suzuki to do. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you hadn't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Enough talking. Let's flush this motor. All right, I want to make sure you've got it on water only to start with. Just unscrew the little bottle. I always fill it all the way up with salt away. I've used some other products, but I really like this salt away. Put my salt away in there. And if you're not familiar with this product, it removes the salt internally in your motor. It's non-hazardous. It actually puts a little bit of a coating in all your water passages to help protect it. So I want this motor to last me for years and years and years. So I'm gonna do everything I can to keep it running good, maintained good, lubed good, cleaned good. I'm also going to do a video in the near future of what I do to clean this motor, get the salt deposits off of it, help protect it, coatings for the inside, sprays I use, stuff like that. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I'm just putting this out here on what I found over the years to work the best in salt water to help keep everything clean. So we put our little bottle on, screw it on, take our muffs, slide those on, make sure they're in the right position on both sides. Take our water hose, hook it up, be sure to turn the water on before you crank the motor, guys. All right, we got the water on. You want to check and make sure your muffs are in the right position on both sides. That looks good. All right, now let's crank the motor. All right. You want to look. It's going to take just a few minutes, about that long. You got a good stream of water coming out your telltale. That's what you want. You want to leave the motor just like this until it warms up. You'll be able to see on your temperature gauge when that temperature gets up to normal. That's when we'll add our mixture. We'll know our engine is to temp at that time. "87 hours. Flawless hours. Love this motor. All right, as you can see, our engine is up to operating temperatures. So now we will begin to flush. All right. As you can see the color coming out the telltale. So you know that product's getting through the whole engine. We're gonna let it run, let it foam, let it do its thing until our sight glass is clean and clear. All right, our sight glass is almost clear. You still see that we've got some solution coming out. We're gonna wait till that runs clear, and then we'll switch the motor off. All right, we're running clean and clear now. Time to kill the motor. These motors are a major investment, right? So we're gonna do everything we can to keep these motors running good and looking good for years and years and years to come. And any issues I have, any maintenance things I do with this motor, anything at all, I'll put a video out on it. So if you got a Suzuki engine, want to know how I maintain it, maybe give you some tips, tricks, some ideas on things to do, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you want to go on a flounder gigging or saltwater bow fishing charter in Alabama or Mississippi waters, give me a call. We'll get you booked. The flounder are in, they're in thick. It's summertime, y'all. It's only gonna get better and better throughout the year. So if you want to come on an awesome trip at night with the family, with your friends, give me a call. We'll get you all set up. If you're wanting any merchandise, I've got these cool looking tumblers with metallic blue paint on, looking real sharp, real good. I also have shirts available. They got a big patch on the back as well. I have these in blue and in a gray. If you're interested in any of that, leave me a comment. Thank y'all. See y'all on the next one.